Hello and welcome to another Retro Crazy. We're back on ZX Spectrums. This is one that I got from a seller not that long ago. Absolutely amazing woman. This is one of a number that came through, and I'm going to do this video a little bit different. I'm not on the blue mat to start with. I'm actually going to test it first because, well, I do have the smart card version 3. So before I go to recap, I'm actually going to power this on and see what happens. And this is using the adapter that I made in the Tatung Einstein video. If you want to see how I did that, go have a look at the video. And the theory is that should be on if it's working. So now we're on the blue mat, let's get this apart. Usual 5 screws, although this one apparently has a Yoo-hoo grip pad. Well, the contacts didn't break. Maybe it's still alive. There's a lot of stress cracks in the plastic. It's not the best keyboard, it's got a big dent here, but hey. Let's see what we can do. So first look at the motherboard. Not sure what's going on there. Has it had a test point put on? Another something down here. So an issue 2 motherboard, which has had some of the bodge modifications done. Let's undo the screw, lift this out. So with that out of the way, let's remove this heatsink. No thermal compound at all, doesn't look like there's ever been any. So the usual 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 caps to replace, and a 7805. And once we've done that, we can test the transistors and make sure everything is doing what it should. And then we can go back to testing and see if we get a power up or a display. Now straight away I do see a bent ear socket. So I am going to have to try and either fix that or replace it. This one's lifted too. It should be down a little bit more. See what we can do. It's had a lot of love. So there we are, that's it all done. If it was one hell of a fight. Yeah, this issue 2 board was just soaking up the heat. I ended up cranking the iron temperature right up so I could actually get enough heat through for the solder socket to work. However, it's all done, so fingers crossed we can just go to recapping. Now with that all done, I'm going to see if I can just press down on these, get them a bit lower, make a better connection on the ear and mic sockets. So that's worked. What I did there is I used the screwdriver, and when you push it in, it makes a connection with the front. You should just be able to see that moving. And then using another screwdriver, you push down on the opposite side, bending it down, and now there's hardly any movement in that one at all, and there's no movement on that one, so that's superb. It means they're down permanently, they're touching, and it'll make a better connection. With all our recapping and changing of components, let's go and do the pre-power on tests to make sure everything's fine. So here we are at testing. Looking at the regulator first. Absolutely fine, we're looking for over 100k there. Now we're checking the RAM chips. Should look for effectively a short, which is what we're getting. And then lower right is our 5V rail, and we're looking for anything over 300 ohms, which is fine. Upper left hand leg is your -5, and again we're looking at over 300 ohms, which we are getting. And then hopefully this will be our 12V rail, and we're looking between 800 and 900 ohms for issue 2, which is what we're getting. So superb. Now we'll look at the inductor, which is this little beast here, which I'll need to flip the board over for. So top to bottom should be open circuit. Left to right should be low resistance, which is exactly what we're getting. Now we're going to look at TR4 and TR5, which is here and here. So diode test, and first of all, negative to center should be hopefully open circuit, which it is. Positive to center, we're looking at 0.6 to 0.9 between each leg, slightly over, hopefully should be fine. It is a different transistor. And now TR5, so positive to center again, theoretically should be open circuit, however we could get a reading because of other components, which we do, and that's fine. And then negative should be 0.6 to 0.9, so again slightly over. Hopefully that's everything. So before I can take these to give them a good clean, I need to get this off, because I do have a big dent right here. I don't know how well, oh, you can just see that. So I want to try and fix that and clean everything up. It's already lifted at this side, so I'm just going to see if I can actually gently get everything to lift and get the faceplate off so I can reuse it. So I'm going to keep a little bit of pressure on and just work my way along. So with that off, we can see the damage here. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this on a block of wood, and I'm just going to gently flatten this with a hammer. Light taps just to try and bring the shape back. It should also stop this side of the keyboard bending up as much. I can then give everything a good clean, because yeah, I think it needs it just a little bit. Not sure if the membrane works yet, but we need all of this old stuff off so that we can apply some clean fresh and get everything back on properly once we've checked the membrane. So let's take this, give it a bit of a clean, and again I'm just going to use some hot soapy water with a little bit of oxy action in there, just to lift off all the residues for the adhesive. Some of it is going to come off quite nicely. I mean, the adhesive is still good, but yeah, I'm going to ditch that. And we can use some isopropyl to hopefully get the last of it off. So, see you in a short while once this has been done. So that's everything cleaned and done. The keyboard has come out not too bad. There's still a little indent, but doesn't really detract. I'm always stunned by how well these clean up normally. Amazing. So for reassembly, I am going to be using a brand new membrane. The old membrane, while it looks okay, when I actually look at the ends here, you'll see just how easy it is to move them. It's fractured along the back. That one, much more rigid, but there is already a crack through at this end. I'm not going to risk this membrane. It probably wouldn't last long. Brand new membranes are still available, and I got this one from retroleum.co.uk, not sponsored. And the great thing about Retroleum is you get a full fitting instruction kit and a spudger for gently removing, and it covers both types of possible faceplate. This type, which is the stick-on, and the one with the brass tabs. So we can start reassembly. As far as the faceplate is concerned, I will need to reattach this, and I'll do so with some 3M double-sided tape. And now that's done, that does look so much better. Everything's all in place, all the adhesive is down, it's nice and firm. Yep, it's not pristine or perfect, and if you wanted to, you could replace the faceplate, but this is an original faceplate. It's showing its damage, it's okay, other than that bit I've hidden by straightening, but it looks so much better. And that is the case done. So hopefully now we can look at reassembly. And there we are, done. So, you know what's next. See you down for testing. So here we are, ready for testing again. Let's see what happens this time. No pops or bangs. Good start. And this time we found a channel. We've certainly got a picture. It's not the right colour, so let's see if we can retune this a bit. Okay, retuning is doing nothing. We've certainly got a picture. Initially, do we have keyboard? I'd say that's a yes. Okay, now that we at least have a display, and it's not the best display, I'm going to switch this off, and I'm going to pop in the smart card. And with that in, let's see if we get a display. So that works, but I've obviously got it set up for the SD card rather than the diagnostic. Trying again. So looking a bit better now, it's stabilised a little bit. However, let's have a look. Okay, so other than the colour issue, everything seems to be fine. So I'm going to go away and have a look and see if there's anything particular I can find out about why the screen would be in colour. Okay, so I did expect to be on the blue mat, but instead I get a chance to use my Rigol DS1052E oscilloscope, which I bought quite a while ago and I've never had a reason to use. Well, not properly. And I still haven't learned how to use it very well at all, but hopefully it should help with this. I've got it, I'm going to use it, it's a new toy to me. So after looking on spectrumforeveryone.com, I found this How to Fix Issue 1 and 2 Yellow or Blue Screen Tint. And it's all about adjusting variable resistors VR1 and VR2. Now this is an issue 2 board. So VR1 is this one here and VR2 is this one here. So adjusting those, and you can remove the blue or green tint. Sorry, the yellow or blue tint to get the correct colour. Now, the basic method is it's saying basic method, adjust them with a screwdriver. That's it. So you adjust it until you get the best picture. Not ideal. Version 2 says, what happens? Version 2 says, well, adjusting using voltage measurement. So using a voltmeter, you can set it up. However, I'm going to use method 3, which is using an oscilloscope. And the unadjusted signal apparently should look like this, which is exactly what I'm seeing. And I need to adjust these until I get as flat a signal as possible. So let's see what we can get, because that is quite a thick black line. And there we are. If I pause that now, you can see we've got a white screen. It's stopped doing a lot of its flickery stuff. Still not 100%, but look at this. As flat as possible. So I'm really chuffed with that. So let's put the rest of it back together again, and we'll have a look and see exactly what's going on once we see it in full colour. So there we are, it's running, it's playing Operation Wolf, everything's doing exactly what it should do. Superb, another win. So if you liked the video, please remember to like, subscribe, use the bell icon if you want to get notified about the next videos. Regardless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next Retro Crazy.